Do I look like a Pride ally, or do I look like a children's TV presenter from the 90s? Hello, happy Pride Month. Welcome to the Superfoxx channel. If you've not seen me before, then my name is Julia and I'm your girl for all things politics, current affairs, and more importantly today, campaigns. So what is Pride Month? Well, it's a series of events which celebrates sexual diversity, it applauds the achievements of the gay and civil rights movements, and it addresses how we all as a community can improve our approach to respect, dignity, self-affirmation, peaceful progress, and equality. You might be wondering why it takes place in June, and that's to commemorate the Stonewall riots, which acted as a really pivotal moment in LGBT history. To quickly summarise that event, in the late 1960s in America and in the UK, it was much harder for gay, lesbian, bisexual and trans people to find safe places where they could express themselves freely without fear of being arrested or at least treated violently by authorities. And one evening in the late 60s, as was totally commonplace in New York, a sort of squad, I suppose, of police raided a bar called the Stonewall Inn because it was well known as a place that gay people enjoyed socialising. But that evening, the customers just stood their ground and essentially pushed back violently against the police, sort of created this clash, which drew in a crowd, and then the police's hold on the situation deteriorated, and that raid turned into a total riot. That riot sort of got this snowball effect of confidence amongst the LGBT community in New York, and protests happened over the coming sort of days and weeks, and then those protesters formed movements and groups which have been instrumental in getting us to where we are today. Now, I think step one in showing your support for Pride Month is schooling yourself on the movement and its terms, and there are a lot. The term cisgender refers to a person who identifies with their biological sex. Cis is a Latin prefix which translates to on the same side. So, for example, I was born with a vagina and I'm pretty happy rolling with that. The term transgender refers to a person whose gender identity does not resonate with their biological sex. Trans is a Latin prefix which translates to on the other side. The term transgender is often also used as an umbrella term for transsexual people who have undergone physical changes in order to closer align their biology with their gender identity. So they might have undergone surgery or hormone therapy, for example. Does that make sense? Good, let's crack on. Then you've got gender fluid individuals who don't feel as though their identity is fixed one way or the other, so they might oscillate between one day identifying as male and the next identifying as female. I'm aware I just used the word oscillate and I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. If you're looking for someone to follow on social media who can totally enlighten you about, the experiences of someone who is gender fluid, follow Courtney Act. She's so well educated and she has taught me personally so much about this stuff. Plus her outfits are sensational. So now we've covered off gender terms in a bit more depth. Now let's look into the commonly used abbreviations. You've probably heard LGBTQ, but do you know what it all means? You've got lesbian, a woman who's attracted to other women, then gay, a broader term for people who are attracted to members of the same gender. It usually refers to men, but not always. Bisexual, a person who feels attracted to both men and women. Transgender, as we've covered, is a person who identifies with a gender that does not match their biological sex. And queer, which is an umbrella term for anyone and everyone within the LGBT community, plus anyone who feels like they don't fall neatly into a group. You might have considered queer to be an offensive term and you might have shied away from using it. And if you say it in a horrible way, then yeah, I suppose it is still offensive. But it's a term that the LGBTQ community have reclaimed and sort of taken on positively, which is really cool actually. That being said, if someone does take offense to it, don't use it, don't use that word. It's really easy. The only rule of Pride Month is to not be a And there are loads more letters in that Pride alphabet as well. So along with that LGBTQ abbreviation, you might also have heard of another Q, I, A, P, and two S, following on, so it's kind of limitless. That's what Pride Month is all about. It's very inclusive, and you should always feel like you have a tribe of people who understand you. So that's why I suppose it could just literally be never ending. For those of you wondering, those follow-on letters stand for questioning, intersex, asexual, ally, pansexual, and two-spirit. So what can we expect from Pride Month? I mean, it's the LGBTQ community, so if they know anything, it's how to put on a really good event. So you can expect marches and theatre and comedy, debates, rallies, parades. It's everything good about politics with glitter. To be honest, I would just advise going onto Google, typing in Pride Month 2018 and then your area, and you can see what's going on. If you're a London dweller though, I will see you at the parade on the 7th of July. If you are celebrating Pride in any way this month, let us know what you get up to. You can tweet us at Superfoxx Live, you can Instagram us at WeAreSuperfoxx, and tag me as well at JuliaBelle_X. It literally kills my soul every time I say the _X. But I chose it when I was like 20, so here we are. And to anyone watching this from the LGBTQ QIAAP2S+ community, just know that we stand with you, we respect you, we love you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.